Welcome to The Scoop with Dukes. I'm your host, Philip Dukes, aka DukesTheScoop. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at DukesTheScoop. And please be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you haven't already, go to the description. You'll see it right under this video, and then scroll to the bottom. You'll see how to become a member of the channel. It supports and it helps us keep this channel and content free. I got my main man, Jay Smith from Unfair Sports and what college
Locked on
football.
Sooners at
Locked
prime
on
time.
Sooners.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere, dog. I'm trying to pay bills, man. That's exactly what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing all this work, man. I got kids in college.
Hello.
I'm broke. I need a dog.
Man, you know what? And I'm glad we're able to do this because this is an Auburn AU scoop. And I wanted to talk about what you saw from Auburn in that Oklahoma game. We met up before the game. We talked about it. We took a lot of flack together.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of difference between Jackson Arnold and John Mateer. Let's start there.
Yeah. First off, y'all was right, Auburn fans. Y'all scored some touchdowns. I said it wasn't. And it kind of leads back to where we're talking about now. So Auburn's got them touchdowns, did a dang good job of it. But it's been the Sooner fans gave the I told you so's to a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Kind of told y'all this was kind of what we saw out of Jackson Arnold when he was at Oklahoma. And it was never any shade to him. It was more of the one thing you got to fix out of him is get rid of that dang ball when you see the blitz coming. When you feel pressure, you know pressure's coming, focus on getting rid of the ball. He clams up, the yips hit, and he don't want to throw the ball only when blitzed. When there's no pressure, that dude get rid of the ball like. But if there's pressure, he's holding it. And to me, it felt like the teachings to him was don't turn the ball over at all costs. If you don't turn the ball over, that's what we don't want you to do. You had turnover problems last year. Don't turn the ball over. But the turnover problems were because of the sacks. Turnover problems because he was letting himself get hit when he shouldn't have. Now, he could take hits and throw it. We've seen that. Great stuff. I saw him against Oklahoma. I saw when he was at Oklahoma, he'd have shots where he'd launch it, still take a shot, and he'd be like, that is the J.A. we need. It's the consistency that you didn't get out of it. And now Auburn fans saw that. This is what Oklahoma fans were. Biggest complaint was, yeah, we had offensive line problems. But the biggest problem is a lot of this is sacks are a quarterback stat for a reason. A lot of the times, if you holding that ball, dog, you're going to get lit. And I saw that y'all offensive line was not bad up until you started to hold the ball. The line was starting to put some stuff together. So to me, it was Jackson Arnold still has a lot of work to do. If there's anything I would say that will probably benefit him, he needs to be benched and he needs to redshirt somewhere. He needs to sit for a year, woo side out, and then go play. He's just got to get rid of the ball when the pressure comes.
Let me ask you this. When he rebounded after the rough start he had last year to play a pretty good game when you guys beat Alabama, what did he do different? What was the difference that you saw in him that game versus the previous games?
Oh, it's easy. Same thing y'all saw in the Baylor game. That dude would tuck and run. He would recognize that there was pressure coming from one side and he would run to the other. Like, it was like his mind was focused on, all right, I don't even care about turnovers at this point. I need to make plays. Let me go be a gamer. Let me be Denton Geyer Jackson Arnold. And he did that. He got tunnel vision of, he would throw it sometimes across the middle. He'd get a couple throws here and there, but he knew that, okay, they're not really throwing a lot of pressure at me, or the pressure's always coming on the blind side where we kind of have the weakness on our line due to injury. So I'm just going to tuck and bounce. And that's basically how you get them. It's, all right, what Alabama thought they could do was make us one-dimensional. They did, and we ran it down their throat. They forgot about the physicality of how Brent Venables coaches. And honestly, I've said this before, and you can quote me on this. For the brand of football that Oklahoma wants to play, there's going to be collateral damage on your players. You're going to have injured players because of your own selves. They want to play physical, smash mouth, push you around, grind out football. That's going to lead to injuries because you're going to hit each other. In order for you to feel comfortable hitting the opposition hard, you're going to hit each other hard sometimes just to remind yourself, oh, okay, I can do it. But then you're going to kind of, knock a dude out every once in a while. Oklahoma hasn't felt the pains of that yet. I mean, we've dealt with some players being nicked up again, but not as bad. That was the thing that they said against Alabama they was going to do. And same thing for you all. Going against Baylor, it's what you saw to Jackson Arnold. He grabbed that ball, he tucked and ran. And because Baylor was like, oh, we're not going to let them throw on us, which was the stupidest game plan you could possibly have. He just ran down their throat. And so when you all came to Oklahoma, our mindset was make that man throw the ball. Now, this is the one thing I gave credit to Hugh Freeze, even when I did my post game and any talk conversation I had about Auburn after the game. Hugh Freeze was smart. He said, oh, y'all got a true freshman out there. We're going to throw it at him non-stop. You did it for the first half. You did it in the second. You got some good pass interferences, which led to touchdowns, which is exactly what you're supposed to do. But you didn't go at it enough. But that's when you start to notice that Oklahoma said, screw this. We're going to blitz this dude and make him do the exact thing he's going to do for us. He's going to clam up. That's what happened. At this point, put in Daniels. Let Jackson sit. Let him just focus on, well, he can't redshirt now because he's already played 5 games, but let him sit because he probably needs a full year as a redshirt to get his mind right.
Wow. Let me ask you this. Were Oklahoma fans excited to see Auburn get away from the run? The run was you were getting quality runs, and it's like Coach Freeze and the offense kind of got away from it. Was that a thing that you guys were like, yeah, give it back to Jackson? We'd rather see you do that.
Please give the ball. Keep the ball in his hands. And that's exactly what happened. As the game got late, second half. See, first half, you all was cooking like almost 200 yards of total offense. Y'all were on it. Real good. Second half, less than 100. That's when you realize, all right, yeah, now we know Cobb can run. He had that one big run all game, and that was like the 40-yard scamper where everybody was missing tackles, but it happens. Oklahoma does that. They will give up. Between the 20s, they will give up some big runs here or there. Now, but they won't give up consistent runs. So a big run makes your numbers look good for the end of the game, but it wasn't good for the actual game. Like it, for the most part, it was leading to punts, but then you get a big run, but then it leads back to either a punt or a field goal, which is kind of it's a bend, don't break type system. When you forced him to revert back to the way you wanted, when you started really putting the pressures out, changing your coverages, going exotic, and putting a dude over the top of Cam Coleman. Because look, y'all got Cam Coleman. That mup is good. Period. I've said it. If you've ever listened to me on anywhere before Auburn last year, and when he was a true freshman, this year, I will preach to anybody and tell you Cam Coleman is probably the best wide receiver in this conference. That dude is a monster. And he's great with body control. And regardless of who's defending, his body control is absurd. So you force feed him the ball. You force it not. He should have a minimum of 10 targets every game. I don't care if they double team him. Throw it in the area. Guess what? That dude's going to find a way to catch it. That's how talented he is. And so for Oklahoma fans, heck yeah, we were excited when it was like, we're going to let Jackson Arnold run this thing. Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Put in Daniels. Give Daniels time.
Man, and I think you're going to hear some people say that now. You're going to hear some people. There's already been some clamoring for the 5-star Deuce Knight, who a lot of people felt like was the best quarterback in fall camp.
I can see that.
But I want to say this. What did you think Auburn did well defensively? Like, so John Mateer didn't have the Heisman game, but he did enough to win. What did you guys think about Auburn's defense?
Our pass protection has been really good this year, and y'all were able to get some pressure. To me, that's good. And we've seen that from the defense. The defense has been able to do a lot of that. The defense overall has been solid enough and stout to win a lot of the games that y'all have been in. And to me, if you continue to get pressure and you continue to the secondary is young, you can tell. So it's going to get picked on. But if you keep getting pressure, that takes away from people being able to do that. Like, it's hard to get pressure. It's hard to take advantage of a young secondary similar to us when you have pressure constantly coming in. That's been the big bread and butter for Oklahoma as well, that our front seven has been painful. Y'all's front seven is solid. So all you got to do is keep doing that. Keep the pressure going or whatnot. And that I knew the defense coming in. I was like, they're going to be pretty good. They're going to cause problems. Y'all showed it against Texas A&M as well. Y'all only gave up 16 points in that game, dog. That is good. That is very good. Heck, covered the spread. Can't beat that, right? That's right. What you were hoping out of them. Right. They even covered the spread. And so for them, man, it's the biggest thing is going to be you got to keep locking in with the pressure and keep that going. As long as people stay healthy, you're good. The biggest portion is the offense can't be giving the ball up. That's really the biggest part.
Where let me ask you, where do you think the defense was most susceptible? Like if it was something that Auburn's defense needs to fix that you saw in the Oklahoma game that you said, you know what, I feel good about this because I saw this in this game. If you saw Mateer do something, you were like, you know what, I feel good because I feel like this defense is susceptible to this. What do you feel like Auburn's defense can do better going forward?
Throwing, defending the middle of the field.
Mm.
That's really it. Slants, quick ends, anything toward the middle. That felt like the middle linebacker spot felt a little bit of the weakest. You saw the safeties going back. They did a great job in deep coverage. They forced everything to stay in front of them. Even with being young, they forced everything to stay in front of them. But that's where Oklahoma was eating. They were just going on. They was going on the inside, quick little outs, just staying in the middle or whatnot. Then occasionally, when you force them to come down, you're able to throw that deep pass to Satania to catch it on that sideline on that final drive. That was the one thing. But at the same time, I'm keeping it a buck. That's the one thing I expected out of Mateer in this game anyway. Even if he didn't have a quote unquote Heisman game, he was going to have a Heisman moment, which is that game winning drive. That's his game. That has been who he's been coming in, and we're like, okay, that's what makes him that dude. And I'm hoping that even the though he had the injured thumb against you all, that he gonna come back in like a week and give us another Heisman moment against Texas. So we'll see. Praying for that one, but that's where to me Durkin's gonna have to get the improvement. I had some fans even mention in the comments, tight ends been eating y'all up, and that's mainly middle of the field type stuff.
Yeah.
That can be improved. It's just keeping an eye on it, spying that properly. It's got to scheme it. It's going to be a thing to scheme. But overall, man, that team's not bad. It's not a terrible team. It's just the decision making of no matter what, I'm going to play this dude. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. Get a guy. If you got a guy that will get rid of the ball when pressure's coming their way and be able to read the pressure and get rid of it quickly enough, offense will be just fine. But don't fall on the Jackson Arnold sword. Don't do it.
Wow. That's strong. And
just saying.
And to that point, even with the middle linebacker spot, I think you've got that solidified now with Xavier Atkins. He's been going absolutely crazy. He had 10 tackles, a sack, an interception, and a tackle for loss against Texas A&M. But to your point, I think what you got to do is figure out how do you defend the tight end, even against Baylor? Are you going to use your slot guy? Are you going to drop the other safety down? Like, how do you defend that guy? Are you going to go man zone? And if you're going to blitz the guys in zone and you're going to replace, then how fast? Like, do you want to just go ahead and drop this guy in the box? But you can't give guys free releases. And I think that's part of the problem with going across the middle of the field. And I'm glad you brought that up. But I think two of the strong, and it's been exciting to see this kid come from like nowhere. Like everybody was like, now I knew about him previously, but he didn't have an opportunity to play at LSU. Transfers in, a lot of people was like, he's a depth piece, and now he's becoming one of the premier linebackers in the SEC. So always good to hear that story. He's been one of the bright spots, and I know a lot of Auburn fans are happy about that. So, man, I appreciate it, dog. Where can everybody find your work?
Hey, man, go check me out on Unfair Sports here on YouTube, as well as whatever podcasts I download and listen to. Appreciate it, Dukes.
Yeah,
we'll talk some more Auburn ball as the season goes on, man, especially as changes start to happen. Let's do it.
All right, my man, Jay. Appreciate it, dog.